2023 has been a miserable year for Disney CEO Bob Iger. After he came back November of last year, he thought he was going to be the savior, firing Bob Chapek, blaming him for everything that went wrong. But unfortunately, it's just continued to get worse. Box office bomb after bomb, flop after flop, losing millions of subscribers on Disney Plus, and now Bob Iger forced to admit to the world that yes, the woke agenda has played a big role in this company's downfall. And all along the way, we've heard things about Disney CEO Bob Iger, that he's overwhelmed and exhausted. And he continues to make mistake after mistake, whether it's out there in an interview, whether it's talking with the press, or whether it's comments towards, I don't know, someone like Elon Musk that end up backfiring in a major way. All of these decisions have come back to haunt Bob Iger, and it's only getting worse because Nelson Peltz, activist investor Nelson Peltz, with all those shares, is not going away anytime soon. In fact, the battle for the future of Disney between Bob Iger and Nelson Peltz might only just be getting started, because after hearing that, Ike Perlmutter might be behind a lot of this, that Trian has a lot of Ike Perlmutter shares, who was fired by Disney, has a bone to pick, wants revenge against Bob Iger, well, now we get this news. The battle for the future of Disney just got serious. Bob Iger and Disney refused to give Nelson Peltz a seat at the chair. They refused to give him a board seat like he asked. So now he's going to go directly to the shareholders and demand it. He has nominated not only himself to the board, but also a former Bob Iger underling, someone who, may very well have been someone who followed Bob Iger and was one of the heirs apparent until things went a little bit sideways, and that is former CFO Jay Rasulo. Disney activist fight escalates as Nelson Peltz nominates former CFO Jay Rasulo for a board seat. Disney's former CFO, who left the company in 2015, says the Disney I know and love has lost its way. Shit is getting serious. Disney's former CFO is now part of Trian's proxy fight with the entertainment giant. Jay Rasulo, who was once seen as one of Bob Iger's heir apparents at the company, has been nominated for a seat at the company's board by Trian Partners. As expected, Trian also nominated its founder, Nelson Peltz, for a board seat, as it officially kicks off a new proxy battle with the company. It's not clear which current Disney board members Trian will seek to replace. Quote, "The Disney I know and love has lost its way," said Rasulo in a statement. As independent voices in the boardroom, Nelson and I are confident that the combination of my decades of experience at Disney, Nelson's significant boardroom skills, and history of driving positive strategic change, and our combined consumer brands expertise will be additive to the Disney board. And listen, I personally think that a lot of people are going to find this very appealing. Disney has been struggling. Box office bombs, problems with streaming, problems at the theme parks. And if you're looking at this company and they're saying, oh, we're just fine, the board's completely fine the way it is, you have to be asking yourself, is that really the case? They pointed out a lot of things. They said, hey, the people on the board, they don't actually own a lot of Disney stock. They're not really aligned to the future of the company as a whole. They just will do whatever Bob Iger wants them to do. That's not exactly the most healthy thing in the world. You need people that are going to challenge others, challenge ideas, make sure we're doing the best thing for the future of this company. They pointed out the financial struggles, the problems with the stock, and at the next annual shareholders meeting, which should be in a couple months, they plan to put this nomination out there for shareholders. Now, Disney, to their part, has responded to this. Here's Disney's statement. The Walt Disney Company confirmed that Trian, alongside certain affiliates, including Trian's previously disclosed partnership with Ike Perlmutter, pursuant to which it obtained beneficial ownership of Mr. Perlmutter's Disney shares, has provided notice of its intent to nominate 2 individuals for election to the company's board of directors at the 2024 annual meeting of shareholders. Disney has an experienced, diverse, and a highly qualified board that is focused on the long-term performance of the company, strategic growth initiatives, the succession planning process, and increasing shareholder values. The Governance and Nominating Committee, which evaluates director nominations, will review the proposed Trian nominees and provide a recommendation to the board as part of its governance process. You knew that this was going to come to a head at some point. The question is, will it matter, right? Will there be enough people angry that there actually is enough pressure to get them the board seats and not let them have influence on the board? Or will Bob Iger, like we saw last year, be able to fend this off? It worked last year because Bob Iger said, hey, we got a lot of plans. We're going to turn this thing around. We're going to fire a bunch of people, cut costs. And Nelson Peltz turned around and said, okay, I guess we'll see. If you got all these plans to change, let's see what happens. That change has not been good enough for a lot of people, including Nelson Peltz. He wants a seat at the table. He has a lot of shares. And now bringing in someone who was at Disney, someone who did work so closely with Bob Iger for so long, long until they had a falling out. It's interesting, isn't it? A lot of people have a bone to pick with Bob Iger now on the side of Nelson Peltz. And yeah, this thing just got serious. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.